Welcome to Psychology of Humans. Today, we're exploring the work of a psychologist whose experiments were disturbing, groundbreaking, and deeply influential. Harlow, the man who proved the power of love through one of the darkest chapters in psychological research. Before Harlow, psychology had a brutal assumption built into its foundation. Love wasn't biologically real, it was a story, not a need. Leading behaviorists like John B. Watson claimed that affection was unnecessary, that a child needed food and shelter, not cuddles. Emotion was seen as a weakness. Attachment was dismissed as a byproduct of conditioning. Harlow didn't just disagree, he set out to prove the world wrong. His now infamous studies used infant rhesus monkeys, taken from their mothers at birth. The question was simple and chilling. What matters more to an infant, food or comfort? Harlow placed newborn monkeys into isolation chambers with two artificial mothers, one made of cold wire that provided milk, and one covered in soft cloth with no food at all. If behaviorists were right, the monkey would spend all its time with the wire mother. Nourishment equals bonding. That was the logic. Instead, the results shocked the world. The baby monkeys would run to the wire mother, only to feed, but the moment their need was met, they clung desperately to the soft mother. They spent up to 18 hours a day on the cloth mother. When frightened, they didn't run to food. They ran to warmth, safety, and touch. Harlow revealed something profound. Love is a basic biological need, just as essential as food. But the story gets darker and more important. Harlow followed these monkeys into adolescence. Those raised without real maternal care developed severe emotional and social deficits. They wouldn't play. They were incapable of normal interaction, and when forced to have offspring, they could not parent. Many displayed compulsive behaviors, rocking, self-soothing, and self-harm. Without love, they broke. It wasn't simply a sad story, it was a blueprint. Harlow proved that affection shapes the brain, that early attachment literally wires emotional development. Love isn't poetry, it's neurology. The ripple effects of this research permanently reshaped psychology. Attachment theory exploded in relevance, reinforcing the work of John Bowlby and later Mary Ainsworth, who mapped the patterns of bonding in children. Traditional parenting advice, which for decades discouraged hugging and closeness, collapsed. Hospitals began changing policies on mother-infant separation. Orphanage systems across the world reevaluated how they treated children. In other words, Harlow's monkeys, tragic as their lives were, revealed something priceless. We are built for connection. Harlow himself was not a gentleman. His personal life was chaotic, and his methods drew criticism both then and now. Today, his experiments would never be allowed, and they shouldn't be. Yet it's impossible to tell the story of human development without him. He forced psychology to face something it had ignored. Love is not optional, it's survival. So what should we take from his work today? First, if you want to understand humans, start with attachment. Emotional safety in childhood builds resilience in adulthood. Second, pain and trauma take root early and can echo through a lifetime if not understood or healed. And third, the most powerful forces shaping human behavior aren't visible in a lab. They're found in tenderness, touch, and the courage to care. Harlow's legacy is uncomfortable, but necessary. His monkeys changed the trajectory of psychology, parenting, and neuroscience. It is a reminder that sometimes, what science discovers isn't just data, it's humanity. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.